Welcome to Selfish Confidence, a place where we can connect and be real about how hard it is to be your damn self. My name is Jess, and my goal is to help you build confidence and belief in yourself to live any life path you want, even if it's unconventional. It's time to flip off societal pressures and connect with women who've also felt on the outside by their life choices. We're here to encourage you to grab the mic and speak your truth. I know it can be scary, but we're in this together. Let's get started. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode of the Selfish Confidence Podcast. It's Jess here, and whoo-wee. As soon as I started to sit down and record this episode with you, oh man, I was just like bombarded with that feeling of emotion. I don't know what it is, and I don't know where it's coming from, but man, do I feel it. And so if you're feeling a little extra emotional around this season with everything that's going on in the world, nothing feels light. Everything feels a little extra heavy. And today's topic that I wanted to talk to you about can also explain some of these feelings, despite the fact that historically what's going on in the world, there are some other layers to it that are also at play that might be elevating your emotions. So I see you, sis. Just to give you a little visual about what I'm hanging out and doing tonight, I am sipping some peppermint tea here. We are in the midst of like our third snowstorm. It just keeps coming every single week. We are getting another snow something, and the winter is dragging us down a little bit. I will be honest. I love the beauty of the snow. I love the refreshing feeling of the white, and I truly do see it almost like this layer of protection, this layer of renewal when the snow comes, which I love. But when you're stuck in the house a little too long with a baby, I'm gonna tell you, not loving it. And then also, of course, like with our dog too, she's from Barbados, okay? She is not a winter doggy. Like, she likes the snow, she thinks it's cool, but these like really, really cold temperatures and going out for walks are very minimal, and I just feel for her. I feel for her. I've had to like ask neighbors to come over so that they could watch the baby real quick so I could take the dog out for a quick walk, because it's been so cold to take him out. It's just an interesting season, winter, right? We've talked about this season being a great time for hibernation, but life does continue. Like, we unfortunately don't live in a society that honors a hibernation season for us. Even if we are trying at our best, life still goes on. Things still need to get done. Dogs still need to get walked. You know, people still have to go to work. And that's just part of the reality that we live in. And sometimes it can make it really hard. Our bodies want hibernation. And then we get stuck in the house for a few days because of a snowstorm and we go crazy. So yeah, just to set the scene, it's another snowstorm out there. And I'm just sipping some tea. I lit my candle. I just did my nice full moon ritual over here. And so I felt so ready to come on and to chat with you tonight because, yeah, it is a interesting season. And I'm sipping my peppermint tea out of my Barbados mug. I got this beautiful pottery mug at the pottery shop that we had gone to on our tour in Barbados. And everybody had gotten a piece of something, whether that was a plate or a mug or, you know, an ornament, or there's all different kinds of things. A lot of people got mugs, and it was this beautiful gift that we could have, that we could take a piece of this wonderful trip that we had back home. And on our final night of the retreat, I had this idea to put all of our energy and all of our power into these beautiful gifts that we got from the pottery shop so that we could truly feel that beautiful energy of the retreat every time we use them. And I feel that every time I grab this mug. It is my favorite mug. Every time I grab this mug, I just feel like I'm surrounded by my girlfriends again, and we're enjoying the beach, and we're hanging out with the turtles, and we're drinking our morning coffees, and we're having our confidence circles, and we're just having the best time ever. And I feel that every time I feel this mug. And so that's why I wanted to bring it down today. If it's going to be this, you know, snowy, blustery day outside, then I am going to use my Barbados mug, and I am going to keep the countdown on for Barbados retreat that is happening May 3rd to May 9th. So we're like 95 days away. Praise the Lord, because I cannot wait to be there with incredible women to focus on our confidence and on ourselves. And the theme of this week is all about really honing in on our magic and bringing that to life, finding the power to just bring that out in us and to share it in a safe space, which is our retreat, and then also how we can bring it to life as we go back home and, start to emulate this beautiful, magical version of ourselves in real life too, in our relationships and in our families and as parents and all of the things. So I am so excited. If you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I need a week away with my sisters. I don't know any of these women that you're talking about who are going to be there, but I just feel this pull to be there. We actually have 2 spots open. So we have a spot for you and maybe for your bestie that you can convince to come along with you. And I will put all the information in the show notes for you. If you're listening to this and you're like, okay, I do want to come, send me a DM. Let's connect. And also get on the wait list because I do have a special offer going out to waitlist only. It's not going out on social media. It's not going out on the podcast. It's only going out to the people who are on the wait list because I think it needs to go to those who are the most interested in these spots. And believe me, I know that traveling in just a few months can be really scary, but I promise you, 1, safe and worth it. Barbados is an incredible island. I lived there for 2 years, but also this is a once in a lifetime opportunity. I've had a few people say like, I can't wait for the next one, or like, put me on the list for next time. I honestly don't know if there's going to be a next time. I'm actually even surprised with the life that I have now, bringing this retreat to life in just a few short months. And I have a little guy and all of the things. So I just don't want you to wait. If this is something that you're feeling pulled to and you're like, okay, maybe I should go, send me a message. We can figure out finances. We can help you with a payment plan. We can put all things together to get you there because I truly do believe that the right people are going to be at this space and you are one of them, my sisters, and I just would love to see you there if it's something that you're feeling called to. So please know there's options for you. It's not black and white. We can figure this out if it's something that you're feeling pulled to, but just send me a message so we can start the conversation and that I know you're interested in the space because we only have 2. So maybe it's for you and a bestie, maybe it's for someone else. I don't know, but I just have this feeling that you belong there. And so I'm just really excited. I'm so freaking excited, especially with the snow outside. So I will put all the information in the show notes for you so you can grab it there. You can also send me a message on Instagram so that we can start the conversation. And yeah, put the countdown on your calendar because I'm just so excited for this trip coming up. So without further ado, I don't know what I was going to say there, but without further ado, let's get into today's topic, all about what we are releasing with the Year of the Snake. And I know that I've kind of been talking about the different endings that we've been going through recently. So like New Year's and slowing down into kind of like our winter hibernation mode, and then also Human Design New Year that just passed and helping us to really see and initiate the things that we want in our life. And then now we're going into Chinese New Year, which is coming up as we release the Year of the Snake and we go into the Year of the Horse. And I don't think I've ever been this into the Chinese zodiac signs at all, actually, ever. Also, astrology, I have not had that much interest in it, and all of a sudden I feel like my whole feed, my whole life, everything is really deeply rooted in the things that are coming up right now in astrology. And then, yeah, human design, of course. I am someone who absolutely loves human design. I do readings for human design. I think it is the greatest tool in helping you to understand yourself in the easiest way possible. And I know you might look at your chart and be like, that's not easy. Send me a message. I will make it easy for you. I promise, because I really do think that this is a blueprint that can help you to see yourself in a totally different light if you really understand it. Anyways, and so as we go into all of these different things, like it just feels like I keep bringing up these topics of renewal. And I think it's because these years have been heavy. These last 5 years, even 6 years, like let's be real, we are still in it. These last 6 years have been a doozy. I think, and I am a person who has a lot of hope, and I bet you might have some hope too. But I feel like almost like the last time we were that hopeful for a new year or for a renewal or for something was in 2019 before shit literally hit the fan, right? It almost feels like since the pandemic, since our whole lives shifted into this new area of being, there's been a lot of lost hope, because through that process, oh man, I feel emotional as I say this, through that process, it almost feels like the world is deteriorating in a way that we just cannot understand. And I believe it is deteriorating in a way that we cannot understand, but it's not deteriorating necessarily. I think it's shedding what is no longer serving, and it's going to come out. Almost like we can think of it like the butterfly, okay? Again, we all know I put my glitter goggles on. I am a person who has hope and who sees light. And it's actually in my human design chart that I'm a person who is going to love life to its fullest. And I think that is a beautiful, beautiful gift. But in the darkness that is right now, and in the shadows that we have right now, it is really hard sometimes to only see the light, because where there's light, there's also dark. That is just part of the world that we live in. But I do see us as we are shedding some of these things, because a new era is coming. And it is really difficult to see. Like, I laugh as I say it, because like, it's messy. It's messy out there, and it's scary, and there's so much uncertainty. But I do think these last 6 years have been leading us to this. They're building our strength for this season, for what we are about to go through, for the fight we are about to have. And on the other side of that fight, whether we see it in this lifetime or our next generation sees it, and it's something that our families can experience and our kids can experience, I know there's hope on the other side. But it's going to be a battle, and it's going to be a tough battle these next few years coming. And I don't say that to discourage you. I say that to prepare you for the battle that is ahead, right? For these big changes that are coming in this world. And I am a firm believer that our souls chose to come here at this time for this reason. So I don't know. I like to believe that, because it helps to tell me that I was prepared for this. I knew it was coming. I knew it was going to be difficult, and my soul chose to be here in this time of change. And I think that's pretty cool. I don't know. I know it's kind of crazy when you think about it like that, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm a warrior, and I was built for this. But the reason why I wanted to talk about this today, and I think the reason why all of these renewals and New Year's and themes that I just have never really given much attention to keep coming up, is because we need to be shedding some things in order to step into this new era that's coming. So I'm a 1990s baby, and also my husband is too. So we're both year of the horse babies, and this year coming up is the year of the fire horse. We were born in the year of the metal horse. And so what's really cool about seeing your year come back, it's like this energy that is renewal. It's this energy of initiation and being fire. Oh man, like it means fight. It means like there's just some great initiation that's coming, and I think a really positive direction. And so these next 2 weeks that we have, if you're listening to this in real time, these next 2 weeks that we have are all about shedding those layers. And I've been having these conversations with clients since the new year started I thought we were in the year of the horse. I thought we were, going to see hope. I thought it was going to be a better year already. And if January looks like what my year is going to look like, then I don't want it. That energy, right? I see you, my friends. I see how frustrating the start of this year has been. But we are still in the snake, and we still have shit to shed, okay? We still have shit to shed, okay? And I'm sitting over here today doing my full moon ritual and just freehand writing the list of things that I need to shed. And I'm not immune to this either, right? The whole point of this podcast is that we're going through it together so that we can start to see and have community in this and to know that we're not alone. So I'm with you, okay? Like, I am in it. I was writing all the things that I want to release and shed before we go into this quote unquote new year, right? And I love a fresh start. So maybe that's why we're just looking at it over and over again, because I'm like, fresh start, let's start over, let's do it again. But there are things that we need to be doing in these next couple weeks that are going to help to harness that power so that we can really lean into this energy that's coming in a way that feels really good for us. And maybe you've already checked out and you're like, Jess, this is just way too woo for me, but it's really not. It's really not. It's actually simple energy. It's very simple work. You just got to do it. You got to do it. And it's not even about being the woo. Sometimes it's just about that reflection and seeing where you've been and seeing where you want to go and bringing it to light. The year of the horse is all about initiation. It is about action. We're coming into a season where we need to we're stopping the manifestations. We're stopping the wishing. We're stopping the hope without action. And we are going into messy action. moving in the direction of what we want and actually getting there instead of just always hoping for it. And so in these next couple weeks, there's a couple things that I really want you to think about. I want you to visualize the last year that you've had and what you want to leave behind. It's almost like setting yourself up for this intention of like, okay, we talk shit about, sorry if the kids are listening. I said the S word a lot of times today. I'm normally very careful on my cussing just in case there's any kiddos listening. So sorry kids, I love you. But there is a lot of stuff that we are holding on to. And the sooner we can look at the whole last year, instead of just crapping on it, where can we actually see the shifts that we need to make? Look at everything, okay? I want you to spend some time in this. And believe me, I get it. I am a mom now, okay? Finding the time to do some of this stuff is really hard. But maybe it's after the kids go to bed, or if you're a morning person, which I am not, before they wake up. I love that for you. And find just a pocket of time that works for you. You could also do this in your head when you're driving or when you're in the shower. We've talked about that before. If that's the only time your mind can race, it's going to race in those moments. But take advantage of it. If that's the only time you have, do it in your head in the shower, right? You can write it in your phone in your notes section as soon as you get out. But like, take the time to think about the last year. What did you absolutely love? And where did you need some shifts? Where did you need some changes? And what would you like to see that's different in your life? Let me give you some examples of some of the things that I've been facing. So last year, a year ago, oh my gosh, I became a mom. And I think I know in those 9 months and even the months before that. So if we go back all the way to 2024 for me, deciding that I wanted to become a parent was really difficult for me. I had to release a lot of things in order to even decide to start a family. And then Q got pregnant. And we know, if you've been listening to this for a while, those 9 months were almost feels like an incubation period for me. It was rough. I had perinatal depression. And I didn't even know it until the baby came out and I felt like myself again. Like so many things that happened in those 9 months, but I do think that it had to happen that way because again, I was shedding in a way that I didn't know because I just assumed that you'd get pregnant and everything would be normal and everything would be the same. Right? Naive, right? But it wasn't. And so that whole 2024 of deciding to start a family and then also starting the family was really difficult. And it took a lot of shedding and a lot of deconditioning in the beliefs. Bring us to 2025 and then actually becoming a parent and giving myself a year to just be like, okay, I am a parent now. We're going to have to figure this out. And shedding and deconditioning so many beliefs I had around motherhood, so many beliefs I had around entrepreneurship. Like I used to believe, and this is like totally like just every time I saw someone become a mom, it was almost like, okay, here she goes again. She's just gonna become obsessed with her family and, not care about anything else anymore. And here I was. Oh man, I feel emotional as this, doing the exact same thing that I judged other parents for. And if you're not a parent listening to this, like it doesn't make sense until you go through it. It doesn't make sense at all because that was just always my thought. It's like, okay, here she goes, shifting into a different direction and only caring about her kids, but just something changes. And I can't explain it other than that. But all last year, despite like falling in love with the process of becoming a parent, it took day after day switching that like light switch in my brain that told me that I wasn't doing enough or that I wasn't enough or that I had to get back into things because, people were waiting for me. And like, it just took so much deconditioning these beliefs around being a woman. Not even just a mom, around being a woman and a woman who changes her mind and, the seasons that we have and letting those seasons not necessarily define us, but also like as they shift and evolve and change, like letting us be like moldable, right? Like letting us be that goo that we need to be in order to become that butterfly that's coming. And it just really felt like that for the last 2 years. And just recently, I stopped breastfeeding and my son is, knock on wood, sleeping all right. He's getting teeth, but like really we're in a season that like there's so much hope and so much light, and I'm starting to see how I can have a different view and a different world of things. But like there's talk of maybe expanding our family again and all of these things, and it creates in our head these stories and these things that we need to shed, these beliefs that we have. Because if we live by only our beliefs, we're going to hold ourselves back in so many ways. Glenn and I were just having this. Glenn's my husband. If you're new here, you're like, who's Glenn? He's my husband. He's pretty cool. But we were just having these conversations about like opinionated people and the opinions that we have, and how these opinions are really holding us back from trying new things and having new adventures and experiencing something new in our lives. Because if you believe one thing and that is set, like how I felt about never having kids, I had that door closed. We were set, okay? Had I let that door stay closed, had I let that opinion be my opinion that could not be molded, I would not have the life I have right now. And I would not be sitting here recording this podcast for you, because I'd be living a very different version of myself with a very closed mind. Those opinions, these things that we need to shed, are the things that are holding us back from a brand new life that we could have. And don't get me wrong, okay? I know there are some opinions that are going to stay, okay? That we have set in stone, and they are never going to budge. And there can be things, again, also in your human design chart that helps to explain some of these things and the opinions that you might have. And so I think that's really fascinating. If you're like someone who's really opinionated, I'm happy to look at your chart and to see if there's anything in there, because yeah, it can be really difficult sometimes to be flexible with these opinions that we have. But some of them, I'm with you, okay? They are set. You can't convince me otherwise. And I won't even get on it on this podcast, but human rights are very important to me, and I will not be budged on that. I believe that we all deserve freedom. We all deserve to love who we need to love, and to live where we want to live, and to have the experiences we want to experience. And human rights are very important. So like this, there are some things that we can't budge on, but there's a lot of things oftentimes about ourselves and maybe about the close people around us that can be moldable, okay? That we could be a little more flexible on. Because the second I opened the door to deciding to potentially start a family, and I'm not saying I was going to walk through the door, run through the door, I just opened it a crack to see what life could look like on the other side. The second I did that, it gave my mind the opportunity to just be free for a few moments, to not be stuck in my head that was always overthinking. And maybe you have some things in your life too that you're just like, oh yeah, this has been playing over and over and over in my head, over and over in my heart, over in my throat. Like I have been feeling all these things. It is backing me up, okay? It's backing me up. And it's just like holding you back. I see you, because that's just what I did earlier today too. Release some of the things that have been holding me back. Fears about the future, fears about where I'm going and what could happen next. And some of these fears even that I've held on to, and these beliefs that I've held on to through this process of everything in my life changing in the last 2 years. So that is one thing that you really got to focus on over these next 2 weeks, is what are some of those things that you have been holding on to, opinions, thoughts, feelings that have held you back last year, that have stopped you from starting the thing you've been wanting to start. What is that thing that you've been wanting to start? And if you want to say it out loud and practice saying it out loud and you're just absolutely terrified, please send me a DM. Send me a message, send me a voice message so you can hear yourself actually say, I want to do this. And I've never said that out loud before, and it's absolutely terrifying, but I want to do it. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I want to do it. Right? Sometimes we just need to say it to someone. And I am happy to be that safe place for you. I am never going to judge you. I actually had a client the other day tell me that. She's like, Jess, that's not normal, right? I was like, what do you mean that's not normal? Oh man, I'm going to get emotional with this one too. I started my period today, so that might also be it. Okay, guys? But she reminded me that it's not normal for there to be 100% judgment-free zone. And I just wish the whole world was like that. Again, glitter goggles, right? But it is not. And so if you don't have that, I really want you to send me a message, because I truly do believe, Like everything you're thinking, everything you're feeling matters. And I'm never, ever going to judge you for it. Like I'm excited for you. I'm going to judge myself. That's the things that I'm shedding, right? I'm judging my own opinions, my own thoughts, all the things in my head, but I'm never going to judge yours. And maybe you feel that way too. They're like, oh man, the things that play on repeat in my head, but I'm never going to judge yours. Then we need to be in the same circle because we need that kind of energy around us so that we can also be the mirror for the other person so that they can stop judging themselves too, right? So I see you, sis. But that's a big one. It's really trying to figure out some of those beliefs that we have and just write them on paper, okay? I want you to write them down somewhere. And as you get them all out on paper, I want you to light that on fire or bury it in the ground. If you're like, I can't light it on fire. I live in an apartment building. Well, okay, it's fine. It's just a little fire. It's not a big deal, but I should not say that. I do not mean that, okay? Please be careful. Please be safe. But if that is like, you're like, I can't. When we were in Barbados last time, I took everyone's worries and I buried them in the sand and let the waves take them away. And the waves were coming in so fast to take these papers away that I was going to go away with the ocean too. It was dark out. It was not a great idea. But some of this stuff just was like the waves wanted to take it away. So put it in the sand, dig it in a hole, give it to the earth or burn it, whatever works for you. But you just get rid of it, okay? Write all these things down. The fears that you have, the worries that have been on your heart, right? The financial stresses that you've been thinking about and replaying over and over and over again. I want you to write them all down. Get them out of your head. And the second you get them out of your head, I also want you to release them out of your head, okay? So through this act of you getting rid of it, whether you decide to burn it or put it in the ocean or dig a hole. I also remember in Barbados one time I just found some rocks on a cliff and I just tucked it in some rocks and ran away. So wherever you need to put it, okay? But as you do, you have to release it from your body, release it from your mind. Take some deep breaths, right? Get it out of there. I find shaking my hands, shaking my body, shaking my neck, it can get stuck in my neck sometimes. Just try to get it out. Because another thing that's really important through this process is feeling these feelings that have been stuck in our bodies for longer than the last 6 years. Let's be real. That have probably been in our bodies since maybe childhood. We need to be feeling these things. We live in a society that is afraid of emotion, that is afraid of feelings. But we need to change that because the sooner you can actually feel some of these things, the better it's going to be. The easier it's going to be to go into this new era that we're coming into, to go into the year of the horse and to find your strength and to be that version of you that just needs to be seen and heard and viewed upon in this world because we need it. We need you in your power. And if we're letting these things hold us back more and we let these things stick in our body and we don't feel our feelings, it's not going to be good for the rest of us, okay? We really need to start to release. And that was one thing that I wrote down that I was like, feel the emotions. And I already know the people who are going to message me and say, Jess, ew, I don't want to. I know, I'm with you. I don't want to either. But we need to. We need to feel these things because if we don't, they're going to be stuck in our bodies and we're just never going to have that hope actually come to life that we wanted. And so now that you've thought of the things you want to shed and you started to feel all the feels, right? Because you did it all here in this 30-minute podcast episode with me. No, but seriously, once you've done it, okay? 1, send me a message. I'm happy to hear things with you and just to know that you're listening to this and that you feel connected to taking some kind of action through this. I also want you to rest. So we've put in some work, whether that's in a 15-minute little ceremony or over the next couple weeks, you've been really feeling a lot of things. I want you to rest. Get all of the rest that you can. Rest is not for the weak. I know slowing down is really hard, especially for my generator types, my people who have a lot of energy. Slowing down can be difficult, and slowing down doesn't necessarily mean sitting on the couch and never moving again. It can just mean resting a little bit more, going to bed a little bit earlier, taking a little bit of break from your phone. We talked about that a couple weeks ago too, and really reducing screen time if that's something that feels good for you. Maybe it's working on some crafts that have been calling your name for a little bit, or that jigsaw puzzle you got for Christmas. Just resting in a way that you maybe haven't thought of as rest in a long time. Maybe it's trying a new recipe. It doesn't mean a full stop. Again, it does not mean sitting on the couch and doing nothing. This means just slowing down a little bit and giving yourself some of that space in your life that you need to rebuild that strength, to plug that battery back in so that when things get a little crazier over this next little bit with the fire freaking horse, okay, with this fire energy that's coming, I need you to be ready for it. And you wouldn't sign up for a full marathon, okay, and not take a little bit of rest before you're running that, okay? You're not running 42 kilometers after a 12-hour shift, okay? Well, maybe you are. I love that for you if that's your thing. It's not my thing. I have learned over the years that this rest period and slowing down and giving myself a break is what allows me to keep going with this podcast. It's what allows me to keep creating incredible events for women. It's what allows me to, have retreats and, be there for my family, right? To be the best mom that I can be. Rest is what gets me there. Picking sleep over that next episode on Netflix for me is number one. Number one. Sleep is always going to be number one for me. I'm a projector. I need my sleep, okay? And I need you to just find the time to rest in a way that feels good for you, that feels rejuvenating for you, because we need your energy when things start coming up, okay? I want you to think about that. Like, what is rest for me? And where can I find that in my life, in my crazy busy life? Where can I find that in order to be ready for what's coming for me? Imagine the biggest opportunity of your life knocked on your door next week. But you've been running like a chicken with your head cut off. You've been going around crazy. You haven't slowed down. You have been saying yes to absolutely everything, and your dream opportunity knocks on the door. But you are so freaking dead that you can't even get up to open the door, okay? That's what's happening. Something really exciting is coming for you. And you need to rest, okay? You need to rest to get there, to be ready for this opportunity that is knocking. And I think sometimes when we see it like that, it helps me for sure to take that time to rest, because it's almost like that slowing down to speed up kind of energy. And sometimes we need that. If you're someone who is ambitious and you are like, oh, if I slow down, I'm setting myself back. I've been saying that a lot lately. I'm like, oh man, like I'm finally getting my momentum again. If we start adding to our family, oh man, like I'm going to set myself back again. That's not the right energy. So I just want to remind you, it's not a setback to slow down. It's not a setback to rest. It is not a setback to add in whatever you want in your life. Sometimes we just need to slow down, to take a little pause, to recoup our energy, to charge that battery back up so that when that opportunity comes knocking, we are ready for it. We are excited for it. And we can get up and we can answer the door and we can be like, heck, freaking yeah, this is my dream coming to life. I see that for you. I see it happening. And I'm really, really excited about it. So, I know it's a lot. This year has already been so much. And we are just stepping out of January. Because what does that reel say? Like, we're on day 100 of January. That's what it feels like. I see you, my sister, if you have been feeling that way too. But I promise you, there's light at the end of the tunnel. And if you do not believe me, I'm going to pass you my glitter goggles. I am going to let you see through my eyes just for a little bit, because I know the world is on fire right now. But I also know with 100% certainty in my soul that it is for a good reason. Oh man, now I'm really emotional today. It is for a good reason. And I think that's why it's so hard, right? Because we can know it's for good and also be absolutely terrified. So I see you, my sisters. I want you to set those intentions, release what needs to be released, and take some rest so that you are ready for what's being called for you. I love you so much, and I am so proud of you. I can see the finish line for you, and it's really exciting. So send me a message if you are interested in chatting a little bit more about human design or the upcoming retreat, or just share with me what's on your heart, because I'm with you. I'm right here with you, okay? We are figuring this out day by day. I'll also put everything in the show notes for you so you can check it out there. And if you are loving Selfish Confidence and you are loving this podcast, please take a moment to leave a review for me. It would mean the world. This is what helps to get the podcast out to new people and to more people so that we can keep expanding and keep talking about our confidence in a way that not everybody's talking about. So I hope you have a wonderful week. And until next time, keep being magical.
What's up, sis? I am so glad we could hang out today. If you love this episode, send it to a friend or share it on your social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me sprinkle some confidence in the world. And don't forget, you are magic. Let's show the world your shine.